Once, there was a big monastery in a part of China where about 500 monks lived. They were all practicing the path of self-realization under their master. One day, a man went to the monastery to become a disciple. He said to the Zen master, "Sir, I want to know myself. I want to know the truth." The Zen master looked at him and said, "If you want to know the truth, then you will have to put your whole life at stake. It may take your whole life to know the truth, and still there is no guarantee that in this lifetime you will get to know the truth. Are you ready for that?" The disciple said, "Sir, I have come here not to turn back. I am ready for it." The master said, "If that is so, then do one thing. There are 500 monks in this monastery. You take care of their rice pounding. Just keep beating rice from morning till evening. When you get tired, go to sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, then again start pounding rice. Don't do anything else. Don't think about anything else. Just follow this path. Also, don't come to me again. I will come to you myself when needed." The young man started pounding rice as per the instructions of his master. There were 500 disciples in that monastery. All of them needed food at times. Therefore, he would get up early in the morning and start pounding rice till night. When he was tired, he would fall asleep in the same room where he was pounding rice. He would neither talk to anyone, nor would anyone come to him to talk. For a few months, while pounding the rice, all thoughts kept coming to his mind. But when thoughts do not get a new subject, they also fade away on their own. Time goes by. His thoughts started to subside. After a few years, he even forgot his name. He would always keep mum and keep pounding rice. In a thoughtless state, he would neither meditate nor read any scripture. The chief disciples of the monastery considered him a fool and much inferior to them. 12 years passed by doing this. After 12 years, one day the Zen master announced, "Now my last time is approaching, and I have to choose my successor who will be the head of this monastery after me. Therefore, any of my disciples who has become self-realized should come and write a few lines near my door at night, lines that cover all his experience." Many disciples thought of doing so. One of the chief disciples of the monastery went there and wrote a few lines. He was very knowledgeable of Buddhist scripture, and all the disciples considered him to be the possible successor. He wrote, "Mind is like a mirror on which dust of thoughts and desires accumulates. To sweep away this dust is meditation. Whose dust has been cleared, and the mirror of the mind has become clear, he has attained salvation." When the master woke up in the morning and saw these lines, he got very angry and said, "Which idiot has written all this garbage on my wall?" The chief disciple kept silent. However, the lines he wrote were full of wisdom, but it was all bookish knowledge. The chief disciple was very clever. He wrote the lines but did not sign below because he himself was not sure about it, specifically whether it was right or not, since he was not self-realized. The master completely rejected those lines. Everyone was surprised to see this. This incident became a topic of discussion in the entire monastery. 2 disciples, while talking on this topic, passed by the disciple who had come here 12 years ago and used to pound rice day and night. He laughed gently after listening to the discussion. Both the disciples asked him, "Why are you laughing?" They asked him because that rice pounder was a very insignificant monk in their opinion. No one had ever seen him reading scripture or meditating. Everyone considered him to be a fool who just keeps pounding rice. There were great scholars in that monastery, and that rice pounder did not even mean anything to them. That's why they were amazed to see him smile. They again asked him, "Why did you laugh?" The rice pounder said, "I laughed because the master is saying right. All these lines are garbage. These lines have no value." Those disciples were shocked. They asked him, "Can you write some lines which are better than this?" The rice pounder said, "Well, I can't write because I am illiterate, but yes, I can say a few lines. And if you can write those lines, then I am ready to go with you." They agreed, so they went near the master's room. The rice pounder said a few lines, and the other disciple wrote it on the wall, and wrote "rice pounder" below those lines. They were expecting the same reaction from their master again. However, the lines which he told them to write were amazing. Mind is just an illusion. There is neither mind nor is there any mirror of mind. And when the mind does not exist, where will the dust settle? He who knows this has known the truth. When the master saw these lines, he got up in the middle of the night and came to the young rice pounder while he was asleep. He woke him up and said, "Take this. Take my stick and take my robe. From today onwards, you are my successor. But leave this monastery right now and go far away from here. I know that there are so many scholars in this monastery who consider themselves to be superior to you. They will kill you because they cannot tolerate the fact that a simple rice pounder has become enlightened, whereas they could not. You have got all that I have, and you have got it while pounding rice. And I know that wherever you will go, people will start coming to you, because when a flower blooms, its fragrance starts spreading everywhere." That rice pounder touched the feet of his master and left from there in the night. If we see in our lives, we will find that many people think that meditation can only be done by sitting at one place with closed eyes. But in reality, it is not like that. Meditation can be practiced even while walking. Meditation can also be done even while doing some work. The real meaning of meditation is that whatever you are doing, you are so engrossed in that you are not even aware of your body. Just like that rice pounder who became so engrossed in pounding rice that he did not have any sense of himself. One day, while pounding rice, he attained self-realization. Similarly, Zen means to be in the present moment all the time and not to think of anything, because the mind exists as long as there are thoughts. When there are no thoughts, then the mind will also vanish. And when the mind is no more, then only your own pure self will remain. In fact, we do not need to do any other spiritual practice to know our true nature. We just need to be completely lost in whatever we are doing. Be so engrossed in your work that your work becomes meditation.